Here we are. Oh, wrong password. Yo, yo, yo. Let's make sure everything's good here. Uh, uh, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, oh shoot, share it. That. Oh yeah. Yo, Colostrum, what's going on, buddy? We are live. I got about an hour, or I have an hour. That's what I have. Definitely wanted to jump in and, you know, have a couple good conversations. Let's make sure monetization is good. Yep, we're good. Smash that. Yes, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Colostrum. Changing fixing up the title and stuff for the stream. The night's been long, tiring. Let's do this. Let's see. Gosh dang it. There we go. So I definitely think I'm gonna start doing some shorts for the upcoming fight nights. Oh my goodness, this light looks like shit tonight for some reason. Is that better? Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do also like last week. I did short breakdowns, and I'm gonna put my regular breakdowns. I think that's something I'm really gonna start to go on. So this thing's growing. So I really appreciate you guys. Let's go here. Nope, definitely not. Definitely not. DDP versus Hamzat is next. Would you do I'm Evolved versus Kai or what? Um, I heard that that I'm Evolved is kind of ducking Kai, which I always think that stuff's kind of weird because I doubt it, but it might not make sense for I'm Evolved to him. I think it definitely does. I'm trying to think who it could be in if it wasn't I'm Evolved. You can't really do Brandon Allen versus I'm Evolved. Yeah, I mean it has to be, or you can't do Brandon Allen versus Kai. It has to be Kai, the winner of DDP versus Hamza, or Kai versus I'm Evolved. Are you leaving now? Nope, I'm here for about an hour. Barello is scary looking. He's awesome. He's awesome. I'm not crazy sold on the striking yet. I'm not sold on what he's going to be able to do. Really, his grappling's awesome. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of openings there when he fought Jared Cannonier. Granted, looked good. I still thought there was a lot of openings for um, better strikers against Kai. Um, PFL this week. The last week was weird. So, but this week we got Impa Kasanganai and Fabian Edwards, Leanne Edwards' brother. Fighting is not nice. Okay, it's a learning process. Definitely is. Definitely is. Mark Casey's making his debut. Sabai Sadibu Sir Hisai. That's not it. I don't know how to pronounce that name from PFL. 11-6-2 in the PFL. That seems crazy to me. Wow. Clay Collard's on here. Mike Shipman. Decent fighters. Decent fighters. Not great. Nick Maximoff is also a free agent, which is interesting because if people that don't remember, he was in the UFC, undefeated, and then lost a couple in a row, two in a row, submitted by Andre Perchowski, and then lost to Jacob Malkoun. Since then, 3 fights in a row. Dude, Gary's gonna smoke Prates. Never been more confident in a pick. I would rethink that because I think you're going on the fact that Magny was able to get close to him, and people forget that Prates had a broken foot. That's why we didn't see a lot of the good movement, and he still knocked him out. So, Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen. That's interesting. I'm not crazy sold on Allen. I think he's a bit overrated. Um, but that's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight. Not bad. And there's also a poll I seen of Patrice Pitbull um, asking who he should fight, and I think he should fight Danny Gay. I think it's Ige or Emmett. I like it. I like that. Um, but I definitely don't think Gary's going to smoke Prates. That's crazy. You can compare Magny with a guy who 30-24'd him. What are you talking about? Prates KO'd Magny. Ian Garry did not. And I was just giving an example of why you think Garry would beat Prates. Are you thinking because Magny was able to get close to him? Then you think Garry can wrestle because of striking 1-1, not great. But he 30-24 him? Sure. Cool. That doesn't really mean a ton. He, right, Gary's not going to he's not going to 30-24 Carlos Prates. The Muay Thai style is so open for leg kicks. Sure, I agree with you on that. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people say Garry was taking MVP down, but Prates has better takedown defense than MVP. Yeah, and MVP has good takedown defense. And also, Garry took his back. That fight should have been a draw. Because that's 1-1. The better shots on the feet was MVP, and Garry had his back, but literally was holding on. Literally doing nothing. Want to bet? I mean, I'm putting my picks in and stuff like that. So there's that. I definitely don't think he's going to smoke him. Will he beat him? Maybe, but he's not going to smoke Prates. That's ridiculous. Prates has more power. I think his knees are going to be a big problem for Garry. It all depends on how Prates fights him. It depends how Garry fights Prates. It depends. If Prates stays on the outside, then Garry might be able to keep him on the outside. If he fights on the inside, Prates is going to KO him. Garry has a lot. Gary's a lot lankier and has evolved unbelievably at shoot the box. A lot lankier. I don't think that's true. I think Prates is a lot lankier. Let's see. Let's see. Bu- 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 Let's do again. Appreciate you guys. Slap that like button if you wouldn't mind. Let's see. So Garry is 6'3", Prates is 6'1". Garry has a 74.5-inch reach, and Prates has a 78.5-inch reach. 3.5-inch reach advantage for Carlos Prates. So yeah. Prates hits like a truck. If he connects clean on Garry, then it's a wrap. Yep, and MVP connected on him. There's been a lot of guys that have been able to connect on him. Okay, beat him. I am just impressed with how Garry has handled all this controversy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Agreed. Leg reach. It doesn't say leg reach. It says, I mean, yeah, but again, Garry is not, he's kind of gotten away from his striking. I love his patience. I love that. Um, but he hasn't fought a guy like Prates who's a sniper. And if he catches Garry like everybody else in his last few fights have been able to touch him, I don't know if he takes Prates' shots well. Garry striking didn't look that good against Shavkat. No, it didn't. It also didn't look good against MVP. Sometimes reach doesn't mean squat. You're correct. You're correct. It doesn't. I agree. I agree. I agree. I just think the way that Prates fights and the way that Gary's been getting touched up a little bit in his last couple, that gives me a little bit of concern for him when he's fighting a guy like Prates. Now, of course, if Prates goes in and he's taking pictures, like he's looking at him too much, then there's going to be an issue. I love Ian Machado Garry. I don't know why everyone hates him. I mean, I don't hate him. Hate him. I do truly love him. The way he talks, he brings a new look to the welterweight division. I mean, yeah, sure, sure. Well, this isn't about hating. I'm not picking Prates because I hate Garry. I'm picking Prates because I think he's a sniper And I don't like how Garry's getting touched more and more and more as he's getting older in this division. Kyle versus, oh my goodness, that's who I was trying to think of. Colostrum. Yeah, honestly, I think it's Fluffy. I don't think Fluffy beats him. I think Fluffy should. Is Hamzat fighting? Not yet. Probably DDP at some point, but Kai Fluffy's awesome. The one thing I think Kai would have an advantage on is that I think his striking is better than Fluffy. I just think that's true. How good is Fluffy? I think pretty damn good. But I don't know how he does with a guy that's, I think, more dangerous on top. I don't know how Fluffy deals with that. That's what I'm curious about. Now Garry can let his striking go when he doesn't have to worry about the grappling. Sure, but again, the issue is once you cross the distance of Garry's legs, his punches aren't great. And I think Prates is the big thing for me in this matchup is Prates' movement, his angles, the way he's able to draw fighters' reaction and then, you know, attack. I guess you should say. I should say, but uh, unless Gary's going to be able to become a wrestler and a grappler, I think he's going to be in trouble against Prates. And again, it's 5 rounds. Prates could look not great in the first couple rounds and turn it on in the third, fourth, and fifth. He could look good in the first 2 rounds and get out grappled in the third, fourth, and fifth. Who knows? It could go 2-2 going into the fifth. What happens? There's so many different outcomes in this. How old were you when you realized you were a fight fan? Ooh, man. Um. Well, I'll tell you. There was a fight that I had watched. Well, I watched Brian Stan's fight against Doug Marshall in the WEC. Let's see, where is it at? Doug Marshall. That's May 26, 2008. I remember watching, again, a cowboy fight on there. I definitely remember watching Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner. I think where I started to love it was when Nick Diaz knocked out Robbie Lawler in the first time, obviously, in the first fight. That's probably where I was like, oh, I like this. What's up, dude? Could you give us a happy birthday shout out to my. Yeah, not happening, Eric. But can Kai keep up with Fluffy's pace? Because Fluffy puts on high pace on his opponents. That's the question. That's the question, correct? Practice in the third, fourth, and fifth. Those six gonna catch up to him. Oh, okay. WEC, yeah. World Extreme Cage Fighting. Buckley versus Sean Brady. I would prefer Buckley to fight another striker, just entertainment wise, because I fear if Brady can't get takedowns consistently, is he gonna fade? I worry about that. Bivol versus Benavidez, who wins? Bivol. I think Bivol's too smart. I don't think Benavidez is gonna be able to Artem Beterbiev. I don't think he's gonna be able to make it. I don't think he's as well rounded as that guy is, and that guy that he has had 2 fights now with Bivol has. I think that guy for being a knockout artist at 40, I just don't think Benavidez is on that level. Bivol's defense is great, great. So Bivol. I think Benavidez would look good early. Tyron Woodley beat yo ass. Rap was aimed at Dana. Whatever. Yo, Big Yank. What's going on, buddy? 2 featherweight champ for Volk right now. Absolutely. You goddamn right. Matthew Carpenter, what's going on, buddy? Yo, what's up, boy? How you doing? How long till who? Canelo is the best cherry picking product. I don't care. Canelo's incredible. Whatever. There's like this level, and then there's everyone else. Personally, Patty the Batty. Yep, you look great. Dana's live. Oh, I'm sorry, Patty the Batty. Sorry. Um, I don't know if he ever beats Islam. I'm pretty sure that's the division. Yeah, Islam. The fight that would tell me if he could beat her, hit him, Jesus, is Armin, Jesus, Armin Sayukian. I think if Patty can handily beat Aram, then I really like him to beat I'd like him to beat Islam personally. Remember Canelo versus Mayweather? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Can we compare that fight to Volk versus Lopez? You compare that fight to Volk versus Lopez? Compare? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, kind of, kind of. How do you think Patty does versus Justin or Dan? Dan Hooker? I think he beats up Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's always gonna make it a fight, but I think he beats him up. Justin Gaethje, I think it's Patty's fight to lose. I mean, I think Patty should handily win that fight. How do you think Patty does? Oh yeah, like experience wise. Oh yeah, absolutely. The one thing I will say is I was very surprised with Lopez's cardio. He's gotten tired in every one of his other of his fights. He looked good. I thought Volk won 4-1. I could see 3-2, but I thought Volk looked awesome. Besides getting dropped in the second round, I think, and in the fourth, I think it was. I thought it was a shutout. I thought he looked great. Dead Hooker is odd. Yeah. Happy to see Volk as champ again. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was so happy to see him champion. I thought he looked so good. I thought he made some mistakes at times where he would move in flat footed, like he move in on a straight line. That's where Lopez was able to catch him. I thought his side to side looked awesome. That the year off sure helped Volk. Yeah, absolutely. I swear I saw Volk's eye go glassy when he got dropped. Well, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Yeah. How would Mobsar versus Volk go? I don't necessarily know how that fight would go because I don't know how because Mobsar is not a finishing threat. I don't know. I think there would be so many rounds that would be close because of that. If Volk was able to like turn around, like if Mobsar has his back and then they're on the ground, say, and Volk's able to reverse like he did with Islam, uh, and then he lets go a barrage of ground and pound. Does that steal the round for Volk? That's what I'm saying. That fight is so hard to. Is he gonna can Mobsar do enough damage to take rounds? I don't know. There's Mark DeCasey pick. I think I'm going Godzi. Mark DeCasey is a decision fiend. In the fourth, Volk got hit in the eye. I care, but he was not dropped. Yes, yes, you're right. You're right. I think he said in the second round when he got knocked down, he was blind in his left eye. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. I just remember in the fourth round there was a big moment. It was that uppercut. Volk got ground and pound TKO Mobsar, but Mobsar is very tough. Absolutely. Yes, he could. Absolutely. Volk looked well versus Islam, and Mobsar will have trouble keeping him down. Correct. Correct. I'm sorry, man. I can't see what you're saying. Hold on a second. Uh, Islam is the strongest. Okay, that's fair. Islam's good. Islam's good. Absolutely. Does anyone here speak Russian? It says Islam is the strongest. That's what it says. Diego Lopez had Volk hurt, but he didn't capitalize on it. I think he tried, but I think the lack of movement from Lopez hurt him. I think that hurt him a lot. I was surprised he didn't go for a takedown just to um, switch it up a little bit. I was surprised he wasn't leg kicking. Uh, yeah, I was surprised. Yo, Mason, what's up? Carlos gonna KO Ian? I think so, but we'll talk about it. Islam is crazy strong. Yeah, I doubt that we'll ever see Conor McGregor in the octagon again. I hope not, but I would definitely like to see the Patty fight. I think he gets mauled by Conor. I mean, I think Conor, I think he mauls Conor. Jesus. Smith's going to get beat up. Yeah, I think he's going to get beat up. But we all have to remember, because how durable and how tough he is, he might make that fight weird. Roundtree sleep in hell? Yes. Patty Arman, please? That's the fight. Zhang versus Yuri? Could you imagine? Yeah, that would be crazy. Connor's gone. Yeah, Connor's done. He's done. Done, done, done. Gary's going to win easy. Easy's crazy to say. Crazy. Gonna win. Fine. That's your opinion. Easy? That fight's not going to be easy. I promise you, that fight will not be easy. Whether he wins or not. Taporia will KO Islam? Nope. I disagree. Can he? Sure. But I do not think he will. I don't think anyone realized how impressive to knock out Max Holloway. I agree. Did you see what he did to Shavkat? Who? Garry? He didn't do anything to Shavkat. He had one moment in a round. What? Who do you think is $10 from Lolita? I really appreciate you, buddy. I really, really do. That means the world, man. What? Who do you think that? Who do you think is someone who gets slept on too much? Ooh, goodness. Who gets slept on too much? Hmm. Fuck. I'm gonna say Juicy J. That's the name that's the only name that comes to my mind right now. Gary been sparring with Marco Tulio. That's cool. That's cool. Jack knocking out Bilal. Yes. Manny gonna beat Valentina. No. Appreciate your night chat. Appreciate you, buddy. He took all of his hype away. I mean, no, he didn't. Also, Shavkat fought him with a torn ACL and MCL. So Dominic Reyes should fight who? Hmm. Gosh, do you really do a rematch with Yuri? I guess you could. Probably the winner of Hell and Roundtree, because you don't make him fight Pereira. Pereira destroys him. But yeah, my bad, fam. I just got off a few minutes ago. No, you're good, Matt. You're good, buddy. Taporia has a chance versus Charles, but no chance versus Islam. Correct. Absolutely, MTG. Krylov got smashed. Absolutely. Sean Woodson got fucked up. He was winning. I thought it was 1-1. I thought it was 1-1. Shavkat versus Brady. Who wins? Shavkat. I think. Diego fucked up Volk's face. Yes. Khabib is avoiding Taporia because he's scared for Islam. I doubt that. I doubt he's scared of anything. Patty versus Islam. That'd be fun, but I think Islam would win. Sean Brady versus Ian Garry, who would be cool. That wouldn't be bad. Mobzar is a real champ? Absolutely not. Mobzar's not winning that belt. You think Khabib is afraid of Taporia? No chance. No chance. No chance. I thought Aljo beat Mobzar. I know that's a little bit of a hot take, but I did. He's undefeated. Being undefeated doesn't mean anything. Hamza DDP International Fight Week? Yes. Same thing with the John Jones Aspinall fight. Aljo Mobzar was close as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Aljo slammed him. Yeah. He looked really good. Really good. Sean sleeping Marab? Yep. Yep. Absolutely. John Jones is going to fight Aspinall? Yes. This year. This year. Islam versus Patty the Batty would be hell of a title fight. Yes, I would love to see that one as well. Yeah, that would be nuts. Umar versus Jan, please. That's great. I like that one as well. And if Umar can fix his cardio a little bit, I think he wins. Chandler has taken too much damage. Probably. Probably. And it's never a good sign when you know you watch that guy for basically his whole career. I think he fought Eddie when he was 6-0. And when he changes his style at 37, you know there's a problem. And that's what he's done his last two fights. Changed what got him to the dance. Diego Yair beef fight, yeah. Diego, go KO him. Khabib Camp took another loss recently, and Kasum Kasumov. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Sugar Sean gonna have a hell of a comeback. Absolutely. And I can't wait. I can't wait. This time we're gonna actually see Sean using fucking footwork. Okay, Diego versus Yair. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. That should be the fight. Chandler had wars with Eddie Alvarez. Yes, he did. Breaking news. That's fucking weird, but okay. Yair, Brazil, what's up? Dana? Dana what? Poets on UFC. Let's go. Let's go. What fight are you most hyped for coming up? Probably Roundtree Hill because I think it's going to be violent. Yeah, I that's what I think. I did a short today, actually pretty good on views, but I did a short today talking about upcoming KOs in 2025. Yeah, check that out. Roundtree gonna sleep Jamal? I think so. Hill has been slept a lot. Yeah, and at his age, he's not switching things around. So that Achilles really took away what we could have had. That was special. Took it away. Yuri put a beating on Jamal. Yeah, that was kind of on Jamal though. Like Yuri looked good. He looked better than he had previously. But it also helps when the guy's flailing at you. It's like Krylov with Reyes. He literally was running at Reyes. Can't do that with a guy that has a piston of a left hand. That's what happened. Yuri's dangerous. Yeah. Podon, not better than Bones Jones. So Magomed Alex Abu Dhabi. I like Alex in that one. Prates versus Garry. I have Garry winning. That's fair. I don't, but I get it. I want John Jones, Tom. Yeah, it's happening soon. What's your favorite Bellator match? Ooh, like if you were in the introduce someone to the sport, what's one fight or fighter you'd show them first? Brian Rogers, Vitor Viana. That's the one. Prata sleeping Ian. I think so. Pitbull ate the head kick from Yair. Yeah, he did. Pantoja Kai Kara France. I'm not crazy excited for that fight. I'm just not, unfortunately. I'm not excited for that. Again, I want to be. I'm just, I'm not feeling the hype on that fight right now. Rematch Alex and Kalaev? Yeah, Alex. What is your opinion of Gene Silva? I think he's awesome. He will be forever a fighter I root for doing that to Bryce Mitchell. So I like it. Jones has to fight Aspinall. Jones' legs are starting to look like women's. What do you mean? You talking about legacy? I mean, John doesn't do anything. Aspinall hasn't done shit. So they are gonna fight though later this year. Thoughts on Pico in the UFC? I don't know. I don't know what version of Pico we're gonna get. Islam versus Ilya. Who do I have? Islam. Sanhagen Figgy. Yeah. Marco Tulio got some slick striking. Who do you think he should fight next? Well, he fought Gore. He fought oh god, the bad fighter who KO'd Rua in his last fight. Gore. Let's do Kevin Josset. Let's do that. Aspinall will ruin him. Good luck. Gene will KO Volk. I don't know. I don't know if he will. Pico Corrales was wild. That was wild. Yeah. Jones just has big thighs and slim calves like a sprinter. Yes, he does. The Ritter Nickel. The Ritter. Barella, Ruffy, Prates, Gene Silva, and the GOAT Poeton. Okay. Okay. You would need DJ. Yeah, absolutely. Gene versus Aljo. I like that. What's up, Ryan? I like that. D Ritter. Yeah. Jeremy Stevens is back. Don't really care. He wasn't great in the last run he had. So he had a span, and then the span clearly went away. Gene versus Allen. Not crazy about that fight. Not crazy. I'd rather watch Gene versus David Onama than Gene versus Allen. Honestly, Gaston Bolanos versus Quang Lang. I think I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yeah, Gaston looked decent in his last one. He hasn't lived up to the hype, but Kevin Johnson fights at 170. You're correct. You're correct. Let's look. Let's look. Gore. Okay. 62. Just lost to Turlio. Let's see. Okay, so Marco Turlio's right there. So let's go up. I'm not gonna have him fight down. That seems ridiculous. Go to 1, all the way down. Okay, let's look. Uh, what the fuck? Let's do. Let's do Michael Oleksiejczuk. Let's do that. Let's do that. You could do CLD. You could do your boy. I'm trying to think of like durable fighters. I like to see how you would do with a guy that's durable. Dustin Stoltzfus. There's good ones, man. Sorry about that, Classroom. Joel Alvarez Benoit. That's crazy. Duplessis Chimaev, Gaslam Piper. I love that fight. Pico should fight Murphy. Gene should fight Aljo. Evilov versus Volk. Pitbull versus Dan Ige. I like it. I don't think Pico should fight Leon Murphy. I think that's a bit of a step up. Too much. By the way, the line is moving in Gary's direction. Gary's favorite now. Good. I like Prates as an underdog. Good. Fantastic. Gary's been hit more and more and more and more of his last couple of fights. So, Vera Batista, that fight is whack. Absolutely whack. Marco versus CLD is a banger. I like that fight. Good pick. Appreciate you, Colostrum. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. I like Van a lot in that one. Patty versus Armin. That's a tough one. I would probably say Armin because of his unbelievable scrambling ability, but Patty's a monster. So Volk versus Diego is the second best featherweight title fight behind Volk versus Ortega. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Gary seems quite convincing on aerial show, much higher level of competition too. Sure, I just don't know how many times he can get hit by Prates, so I'm worried about that. Andre Lima, Tim Elliott, I like it. Give him a veteran name and see what he can do. Tager versus Hiraguchi, that's a bit of a step down, I think, for Hiraguchi. He should win that, but Tager's really good. You're the king of MMA media. Appreciate you. Volk, Mobzar, book it. I like it. It's a little bit of a weird one because Mobzar hasn't been impressive, but versus Smith. Let me see who. Okay, let's see. Who is it? Oh, Cameron Simon. What are you talking about? Yeah, you're Diego gonna be fireworks? Yeah. Malcolm Wellmaker's fighting Cameron Simon. I like Cameron Simon. Patty versus Dan Hooker is what I want, honestly. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, he's fighting Cameron. Yeah. No, you're good. I would go Simon actually. Patty O'Malley had gonna land a big knee on Marabi, absolutely. Gary probably gonna run for 5 rounds, throw in wrestling. Oh, he's gonna throw in wrestling. And I think if he can't get the wrestling, I think Prates finishes him. And I think this is gonna make Gary go back to the drawing board, fix some stuff up. Anthony Smith is getting destroyed. He should, but we'll see. Ian Gary will fight anyone in the world. Yeah. Chandler versus King Green needs to happen. Oh my god, that fight would be so fun. But I don't want to see Bobby get any more hurt. Reyes versus, I think the winner of Roundtree Hill. That's what I think. From one Bryce Mitchell fan, Trump supporter to another. God bless, brother. Uh, fuck Bryce Mitchell. I will say it to the end of time. Screw that guy. Taz, you know this. Which fighting nerd wins a belt first? Um, I think Brother gets smashed by DDP. I guess out of all of them, Prates. Uh, mm, yeah. Bahamondes Vasif, who do I have? Bahamondes. I don't like the length in how Vasif fights. So Garry can cage push too. I feel has the better grappling. Yeah, but you have to get to him. Yes, I would. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I would. I want to see versus Hooker. I like that. That's a good fight. Gene will fight Josh Emmett. Yeah, yeah. DDP technically so much worse than Hamzat. Technically, technically, Joel Alvarez is gonna hurt BSD. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Who's the hardest puncher below the light heavyweight division? Um, or Josh versus Pitbull. Danny Ige Pitbull, I think is the fight. Who's the hardest puncher below the light heavyweight division? Light heavyweight. Ooh. Honestly, you probably have to say Danny Ige. I mean, look at everybody that he's dropped and or finished. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to probably say Danny Ige. Below the light heavyweight division, middleweight, welterweight. I'm gonna go Danny Ige. Josh Emmett hits hard, but if he doesn't do that, he doesn't win. Danny Ige can still win fights, and he drops almost everybody. Cop versus what? Oh, Cop hard hits hard too. Damn. Heck no. Gene versus Josh makes no sense. Okay. Larone schooled Josh. Yeah. Obviously, a year versus Diego is the co-main for the. Absolutely, it should be. Okay. Yes, Ryan. Cop versus Royval, sick fight. But I have Royval getting the job done. I don't. He gets hit too much, and Cop only needs one to hurt you and then finish you. What about Ilya? Ilya hits hard too. Ilya hits hard too. I think Cop hits harder than Ilya. Josh beat Dan Ige. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Steve Garcia would KO Dan Ige. Ooh. Dude, that fight would be disgusting. Cop has been disappointing his last few fights. He just won his last one. What do you mean he's been disappointing? He's won his last two. And he beat Bruno Silva, who's never been TKO'd. And he finished Sue. Weird circumstances. Sure. Sure. Oh, definitely not Armin. Who do you think is going to be Dustin Poirier's retirement fight? It seems like it's going to be Max, but I don't know. Steve Garcia would KO Lerone Murphy. Interesting. Interesting. Gaslam has great hands. Yes, he does. Wait, did you say Cop hits harder than Ilya? No, I said Cop hits hard as well. Kopylov Costa gonna be a kicking showcase. Yeah, let's see if Costa goes back to his old form. I'm gonna say no. If only Gaslam was taller. Yeah, I think if he was taller, he wouldn't have had the success he had early in his career. If only Gaslam could put down the tacos. He looked in great shape in this last Piper fight. Obviously, it didn't happen, but still. Costa, that walk down Yoel was a monster. Yeah. Yo, MPD, what's up, buddy? Cameron is gonna fight. Yeah, Wellmaker. Cav went 3 rounds with Felipe dos Santos. So it doesn't mean anything. So Santos is tough. Had a good fight. Also took the fight on a couple days' notice. Did Santos? You think Islam gets dethroned or retires with his winning streak? Does not retire with a winning streak. Keep it friendly, Taz. Costa was never the same after Izzy. Nope. King Green, what do you mean, Lolita? No, Malcolm Wellmaker. Cameron Simon fighting Malcolm Wellmaker. Prates ain't gonna land on Garry, man. He runs too much like Lerone. Well, the problem is he can't run the whole time. Like Prates has good knees, he has good accuracy, he has good straights. Gary's going for that takedown at some point. So Cameron Simon will get finished or lose by decision to Malcolm Wellmaker. Okay. I think Simon. I think if it was Simon that didn't lose his last two fights, then maybe. I don't see him losing three in a row. I just don't see it. Payne Talbot lost all his hype. I think it's unjust, but sure. Yes, I watched it live. Volkanovski dominated that fight. I could see them booking Chandler Ruffy. Interesting. Duplessis reminds me of a lion. Okay. Prates has very good defense. He will light up. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Duplessis reminds me of an ox. Interesting. Gary's sub more likely to Prates KO. Absolutely not. Because are you going to get him down? Are you going to get down with not getting caught? No. Garry decision is more likely. Maybe. But you got to go in for takedowns. Can't do that with a guy like Prates, I don't think. Simon is too weak, man. Just watch some Malcolm fights. I've seen them all. I've seen them all. So, Garry decision most likely because he fought on Dana White's Contender Series. Yeah, he won by right hook. Yeah, he made a lot of mistakes in that fight. A lot. Overcommitting. Yeah, made a lot of mistakes. Garry decision most likely. Okay. Prates been subbed a lot. Oh no. And also, even if he was submitted, he's been submitted 3 times. When was the last time he was submitted? 2014 was the last time he was submitted. You don't think he's learned anything back from then? Okay. Okay. Make sure you stream so we can watch Jack B. Champ. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be streaming. When Duplessis was on top of Adesanya, reminded me a lot of a lion choking the shit out of a water buffalo. That's fair. Garry needs to get off the vegan diet. How did he not submit a gas shot cut round 5? And the crazy part about it is he had the arm under the chin, and Shavkat just was sitting there like, I'm safe. You're not doing anything. What are we doing here? Realistically, Patty versus Charles is the fight right now. I know people say Islam will beat Gaethje, but I'm betting they will book Justin versus Islam just to have a fresh challenger. Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think Justin should get it. I think he gets smashed in that fight. But yeah. Garry wins board decision versus Prates. Range, punch, keep distance, and run around. Well, Prates has a 3.5-inch reach advantage. And the thing that I'm worried about for Garry is when Prates is cutting off the octagon, and there's going to be points where he pressures. He makes Garry uncomfortable. He's going to be shooting takedowns, and you can't do that. You can only do that so many times without getting caught by Prates. That's the problem. So I'm a little worried with the distance management from Garry at points. He'll be fine in the first, I think. But as he starts getting tired, he gets more labored a little bit. I think Prates is going to KO him. Armin Taporia, that's a crazy fight. Crazy fight. Prates will be worried about the takedown and won't throw as much. I disagree because he has great knees and he has great timing. I disagree. Will he be more methodical? Sure. Sure. So much to digest after 314. Literally the best card I've seen in as many years. Totally lived up to the hype. It was great. Not Prates will wing shit and throw. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he'll overthrow because that could be a problem. But I think he'll understand that Gary's going to try to keep his distance. And when he gets close, he's going to be trying to get takedowns. So, yeah, the card was great. It was great. But he'll swing. Yeah, he'll definitely let his hands go. Yeah. And again, he has good straights. Prates has very good straights. So, And Gary's been getting hit more in his last few fights. I don't know. I don't know. People are doubting Gary. Like, I hate him too. I'm not doubting him because I hate him. I like Gary. But he's hella fight IQ. I mean, sure, he has a fight IQ, but that doesn't mean anything. What is next for Ilya? Gosh. It should be Islam. Ilya Gaethje. Gene was playing with his food. Yeah. Hooker, I'd love to see that. I'm not doubting Gary because I hate him. That's a crazy thing to say. That's not happening. Yeah, Hooker would be awesome. I was going crazy when Gene put him to sleep. It was awesome. Awesome. DDP versus Hamzat for International Fight Week. Yes. Pitbull is too old. I don't know. I don't know. And you schooled him. Recency bias on Gary making people believe not good because he lost the O. Again, I'm not picking Gary because he lost his O. That's not what's going on here. It's not recency bias. If you watch Gary's earlier fights, he was letting his hands go more. If you watch his newer fights, his output's lowered, he's wrestling more, and he's getting hit more. That worries me when he fights a guy like Prates. Can Gary win? Yes. Yes. I didn't say he never could. I didn't say it was a lock on Prates. But yeah, Reyes is back. Yeah. Yep. Now we're going to see how good he is against a guy like Yuri, Roundtree, Hill, Rackage. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I think Pereira schools him. But we'll see. We will see. I was surprised he didn't get the freaking bonus. Reyes, like, I thought against Jacoby, he looked in better shape. This one, he didn't look in great shape, which worried me a little bit, but he looked good. So Reyes versus the winner of Khalil Hill was spot on. Good call. Absolutely, Ryan. Appreciate you. How far you think Ming Yang Zhang will go? I don't know because he has to get through Smith, and as bad as I think Smith is, he's still durable. And if Zhang gets tired in the slightest, Smith will beat him. So I don't know until I see how he fights against Smith. Not all ripped. He had some fat, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, he just looked a little heavier than he did in his last two wins. So what's next for Imavov? Should be Kyle. Or Ty. Should be Borello. Should be. Can't wait to see Amanda back versus Kayla when she beats Juliana. Yeah. Kayla's beating Pena. She's beating Pena. Absolutely. And where Amanda beats Kayla is on the feet. I think Kayla will have could have success with her grappling, with her wrestling. But yeah, I'm evolved ducking. It's what people say. It's what people say. Kayla's really good on top, but she's not a great striker. Oh, Dustin Poirier opponent is Max Holloway. Absolutely, Max Holloway. I have no idea how either one of those ladies make 135. Correct. Izzy versus the winner of the Ritter versus Bo or rematch Sean. Definitely not rematch Sean. Definitely not. Gosh. Do you do Izzy versus Fluffy or Robocop? Do you do that? Prospect Kevin Vallejos does a lot of talking on social media. Yes, he does. A lot of it's towards Gene Silva. I'm about to get the job done versus Kai. Absolutely not. The Ritter has tripled the MMA fights of Bo Nickel, but is a plus 210 underdog. Yeah, they're underestimating the Ritter. So, Izzy versus Robocop or Paul Craig? Well, Paul Craig's like, here, Izzy, you want to win? Here you go. Here's Paul Craig, Izzy. Go get him. And then we just watch Izzy work. Oh, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be great. Just go work, Izzy. Go to work. Yeah. The problem with that fight, Ryan, I think, is RoboCop just lost because he got tired. Now Izzy's gonna fight that guy. That worries me. Just because I don't want to see Izzy get beat up or lose anymore. I like Izzy, man. Yeah, and then this card coming up here real soon. This one's fun too. Kia Chikadze, David Onama, Anthony Smith, Michelle Pereira, Boo, Randy Brown, Dalby, Ikram, Andre Muniz, Schnell versus Flick, Ahmed Hassanzada versus Evan Elder, which I like Evan Elder a lot, quite a yeah, actually. Chris Gutierrez, John Castaneda, Blackshear, Alateng Lee. A lot of fun fights. Awful starting fight. Chelsea Chandler and Jocelyn Edwards. Awful. Awful. How do you think Bilal loses to Jack by knockout? Robocop just got destroyed. He don't deserve a fight with Izzy. WTF? Well, he's right there on that in that ranking bracket. I mean, you're not going to give Izzy Fluffy. You're not going to give Izzy Borello. I mean, you know, I wouldn't do Sean because that fight sounds awful to me. Do you think Azman Bukayev will destroy Ryan Loder? Is that the guy that fought Umar? I don't know. Hold on. Ryan Loder, 33 already. My God. Oh, I think Bukayev is going to destroy him. Oh, I think he's going to destroy him. What do you think of Marco Turlio? I can see RoboCop versus Turlio. I like it. I like CLD versus Turlio more though. That would be fireworks. It would be great. Robo didn't get destroyed. He had an amazing fight of the year candidate versus Cannoneer. Yes. Yes. He got tired. I mean, he dropped Cannoneer twice in the first round. So, yeah. You're ranked at middleweight. RoboCop's not ranked? Really? Oh, right there. Fuck. He's not ranked? Oh, he's ranked number 20. Well, wait, what? That seems crazy to me. Well, okay. So here's the people that Izzy could fight. You're not doing Strickland. You could do Hernandez. You could do Dolidze. That's about it. I didn't realize RoboCop was out of the top 20 or at the 20 spot. That's just crazy to me. 33 already. Geez, it's a young man's game. Yeah. You're as good as your last fight. Smith retirement fight. I thankfully telling you old man Jones is done. Okay. I know you hate Smith, but you got to feel for this one. No, not at all. I'm happy. Gene wasn't ranked going into the Bryce fight. Rankings don't mean everything. Yep, he's not even in the top 15. He don't deserve the easy fight. Yeah, out of the top 15, I mean, sure. I was just thinking of it because you're not going to give Izzy a Trisis rematch. You're not going to do Sean Strickland. You're not going to do I'm Evolve. You're not going to do Whitaker, Cannoneer. You're not going to do Vittori, Costa. I mean, there's so many fights you're not going to do. So that's the name that came to my mind. Izzy versus Fluffy. Whew. Now people want to see him fight Volk. Yeah, that's craziness. Craziness. Strickland, all mouth. Yeah, all mouth. All mouth. Both Bryce and Gene Silva are corny. One is a weirdo and the other is a. Well, I mean, who cares if he's weird? Fuck Bryce Mitchell, a piece of shit. Watch Gene Silva choke him out and put him to sleep every day of the week. I'll take Bright. I take Gene Silva. Hear me out. Izzy back in 205 and fight Reyes. I just don't know how Izzy does with that weight. That's I just don't know. Matchup wise, it's awesome. Again, Classroom, you're correct, but that's not how it works in the UFC. It's not what happens. I mean, Cannonier lost how many fights? They were against, ranked guys, and then he fights Rodriguez. So, I mean, you know, Reyes would win. Interesting. Explain Chandler's last fights then. Yeah. He's exciting and everybody knows it. That's it. Gene Silva supports war crimes. He's just as bad. Yeah, okay. I'll take Gene Silva over that piece of shit, Bryce Mitchell. Ranked guys only. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Gene Silva's supporting. I'm not listening to interviews. I don't know. He didn't come out publicly and say these things. So Chandler gets favoritism. People talk about it all the time. I'm not telling you to take Bryce's side, but I'm telling you Gene isn't all sunshine and rainbow. Sure. I mean, both aren't horrible. That's for damn sure. Bryce is worse. Worse. I mean, there's something worse, but he's right there. I haven't heard anything that Gene said about anything like that. So you're good, MPD. I got you, buddy. Someone said Mitchell doesn't really train. He just does farm work. That's crazy. His grappling's good. I'm not going to say it's not. His grappling's good. So he's definitely doing something. Definitely. It's true he doesn't train proper. Really? The hell is he doing? That seems crazy to me. Like, what are you doing? He probably does jiu-jitsu training and hits pads. Oh, yuck. Yeah, he's definitely doing some grappling stuff. No sparring, striking. Oh, God. He doesn't train proper. He does farm work. His gum is an hour from where he lives. His gym is an hour from where he lives. Doing farm work is not training. That's the problem. So if Islam loses to Gaethje, he shouldn't get a ranked opponent next. Uh, Definitely should. Yes, Islam is not losing. No, but Ryan, it's all right, buddy. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. But like I said, I'm gonna do about an hour. We're about a minute left. Um, I'm not gonna do my post fights this week because we have no fight this Saturday. I'm gonna do lives every single day this week to make out for that, make up for it for you guys and everything like that. Next week on Sunday, well, the fights will come out. I'll have my pre-fight videos out, um, and I'm gonna try to keep up the live streams. So I'm not on break. But yeah, I'll be here for sure and try to do more stuff. Classroom, it's okay, man. It's good. We're all good. But I do appreciate you guys. Become a member. if you want to. I'd appreciate it. I can do more stuff with you guys. Next week is great. Yeah. Again, I will be live the rest of this week. Sunday, the videos will come out. I will have some shorts come out um, throughout this week as well to keep that moving. But I appreciate you guys. See you at the next one. Peace. May you tell me you wouldn't want an Apex fight night better than nothing? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 100%. I wish there was an Apex every weekend. Literally. Yes. But I appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow.